Again, welcome to the Essential Oils for Energy and Focus class. My name is Brianna, and I'm so excited to dive into this. This is a topic that so many women that I work with, whether through coaching, whether through oils, or I encounter in my audience, are talking about energy and focus. And I do think essential oils is a really great solution, but I don't think it's the only thing, right? That's why I do coaching and oils, because I think lifestyle changes is also very important. So who am I, or who I am? My name, again, is Brianna. I am a holistic health and life coach supporting women to find peace with food, feel confident in their bodies again, and develop a healthy lifestyle that's more than about what they weigh. And as an essential oils advocate, though, I support women in using the oils as non-toxic solutions for their health, home, and family. All right, so some fun facts about me is that let's just make sure, okay. I love gluten-free paleo brownies with coconut milk ice cream. I love Lord of the Rings. If you guys have watched that, I'm married. Well, I don't have an 8-month-old. She's 10 months old now. I love Matlock, and my favorite oil at the moment is Adaptive Stress Calming Blend. If you're on live or watching, I saw someone has joined me via Zoom. I think it's Nelda. Hello. Feel free to use the chat feature as we are going through this if you're on Zoom. But then afterwards, when I'm done streaming it to Facebook, then we can always chat too. So don't feel free if you want to wait to your questions to the end. So why essential oils is something I always like to start this class with. So I believe essential oils are great solutions to get to the root of the issue. A lot of modern health stuff really looks at managing the symptoms from just looking at, okay, you have a headache, let's just make that headache feel better. But are we any healthier? Because those symptoms keep coming back. So essential oils, as well as with lifestyle changes, can really help you address your root causes and address your body's needs. They're extracted from plants, and they're distilled in many different ways. And they enhance the physical, emotional health benefit of those who use it, as well as they help the plant. And it's safe if you're getting the most pure form. I'm not going to go into too much about the basics. I have a free Essential Oils 101 webinar that you can watch at any time in the series to go with it. So that is definitely, if you want some more about the basics, what are oils, how to use them, all those things, that's the one you're going to want to make sure you watch. But now we're just want to give a little overview so we can go into the energy and focus. Okay. So I would love to know if you're on live, or even if you're watching the replay, I'll give you a little bit of a moment to type this. What brought you to this class to learn about essential oils and energy today? So if you're on live, whether it's on Zoom or you're on Facebook, you could feel free to type it in the chat or in the comments. I'll actually pull up the comments on my phone just in case, and we can go from there. What brought you to this class, and what do you hope to learn today about oils and energy and focus? Oils and energy and focus. Hey, Samantha. Hi, girl. Feel free to share here. I'm able to see it on my phone. So I was like, I don't think I'm able to see it plus show my screen, but I am. Samantha loves essential oils. Yes, that's what brought her to this class today. It's great. Great. So I'm excited to teach this. I have never taught a class specifically on energy and focus before. I have taught a class around different things that help with energy and focus that are interwoven through the class, but I'm really excited to really focus in on that. And so today we are going to talk about just some basics around why you may be feeling lack of energy, some underlying causes, some symptoms, and then we're going to talk about the top essential oils for energy and then the top ones for focus. Then I'm going to talk about, since doTERRA is the company I use, is a wellness company, there's a lot of supplements you can use. Then I'm just going to give you a few simple recipes, and I actually have a bonus recipe ebook that I put together for new and current customers with way more recipes to really help you support you here. And then if you're interested in getting started with oils, how I can support you along that way, or even if you're a current customer and you want to continue to use these, just kind of guide you through that process. All right. Feel free, again, if you're on Zoom, to use the chat to ask a question throughout. And even if you're on Facebook, feel free to drop a comment and I'll be able to see. Okay. So here are just some basics. Let's start with energy. So you might be feeling this. Even a lot of my clients are like, I feel a lot of lack of energy. That may be, you feel diminished vitality, you feel tired, you feel weary, you feel lethargic. You feel like you don't have any motivation. Your normal response to things is you feel like you have inadequate sleep or overexertion. You feel like you're overworking. Those things can lead to lack of energy, lack of exercise, and even boredom can lead to lack of energy, right? So we just want to make sure figure out what is the root cause of that. But these are some of the things you may be feeling. Some underlying causes can be some health concerns. I've worked with even women from a coaching point of view who have dealt with a lot of different health issues that maybe they're overcome or they're overcoming, but that can be contributing to the lack of energy. It's not to say they have to live in this state of lack of energy, but just to know that it's not just them and trying to figure out small, simple ways to move past that. So allergies, different asthma, chronic pain, sleeping issues is a huge one, thyroid issues, side effects from different medication, drug or alcohol use, maybe it's cancer in the treatments, grief or chronic fatigue syndrome is what they call it, is when you're just constantly fatigued. So that's just kind of like what is the feeling of lack of energy and what may be causing. Now, lack of focus or concentration, focus actually requires adequate neural connections in the brain to process the data. What that means is like, say that my husband is talking to me while I'm trying to do this and my daughter's crying and I'm getting a call. That's 4 different inputs. And how do I actually focus? Which one do I focus on? I could easily feel overwhelmed. So when my brain is unable to assimilate the data and process that, it becomes noise. And so that could lead to frustration, irritation, fatigue, and lack of focus. So the more neurons that we have available in our brain to make connections, as well as the ones that are not as excited, because they're just kind of going around like this, they're trying to deal with all of it, is the easier we can focus. So sometimes I think people think focus is they have to like boost their focus. Well, really what they need to do is calm their mind. And so you'll start to see that some of the essential oils here are actually calming oils that we're going to talk about for focus, because, and even ones when we're talking about, a lot of people come to me talking about focus for kids, it's actually calming oils that we suggest as well. Some underlying causes, again, could be stress. That's talking about the excitability, and then similar causes to lack of energy, lack of sleep, even things such as chronic illness, hormonal changes, brain injury, anxiety, and emotional trauma. So just know that there's so many things that can be contributing to your lack of energy and your feeling of lack of focus. It's figuring out what's at the cause and if there's anything you can do. And essential oils can be a great thing to guide you along the way. All right, so I think there are about 6 different solutions to really helping your energy and focus. Essential oils is one of them, but nutrition, that is what you're eating will either nourish your body or lead your body towards malnourishment. What I mean by that is that there are things that you may be eating that's not giving you the nourishment you need. Well, there may be things that you're eating that you're really giving your body the nourishment it needs, but maybe it needs more, or maybe it needs more of different sort of foods. So what you're eating will contribute to your energy and focus and concentration. Supplementation, just in a perfect world, even if you're eating all these amazing foods that just picked from your yard, and there may just be a lack of certain nutrients. So getting supplements to supplement what you're already doing. That's the key word. Supplement what you're already doing. Come alongside versus replacing. You can take all the multivitamins you want and use all the essential oils you want, but if you're not eating well and sleeping at least, you're not going to have good energy and focus. Okay. Balancing your blood sugar, so your insulin levels and all of that's going on in your body, that spike in energy can lead to crash and cause brain fog and all those things. Stress management and sleep. These are some things I love to work on practically with clients from a coaching point of view. But also I love to share about that through the essential oils as well. So, and then lastly, essential oils. And the reason why essential oils can help with whether it's smelling or applying topically or even internally, particularly smell, when you smell them, your olfactory bulb is activated and it's directly linked to your brain processes, and it stimulates and encourages those neural connections we were talking about. And that's just using it aromatically, but when you use it topically, it enters your bloodstream. Also, when you use it internally, it enters your body, which goes all over, right? And so using essential oils is a great solution. So that's what we're here to talk about today. So I would love to hear from you. And again, if you're watching the replay, I'll give you a moment. Which do you feel like you need more of in your life and why? Energy, focus, or both? Which do you feel like you need more of in your life and why? Energy, focus, or both? So for me, I'll just share me. I probably need a little bit more energy in my life. And let me tell you why. I have a 10-month-old. I'm sorry, there's something beeping in the back of our house. I have a 10-month-old who she's still figuring out a sleep schedule. Sometimes some nights are great, but my goodness, they're teething all the time. They're developing, and that just throws off their sleep schedule. My sweet, they poor things. But so my sleep schedule is a little off because I'm trying to do work and I'm trying to, take care of her. I'm trying to run my 2 businesses. I'm trying to do ministry, have a, married with family around. And so there's a lot of things I'm doing. And so personally, I know that I need to go to bed a little earlier or give myself more time to sleep in. And so sleep is a key thing that I know that I need support around, but I use essential oils to kind of help that. I use my calming ones at night to make sure my sleep is as restful as possible. I use my energy boosting ones in the morning to kind of boost me and get me going. Focus is something that I feel like I'm actually pretty good at, but in different seasons, it's harder than the other. So let me know in the chat or in the comments, which do you feel like you need more of in your life and why? All right. So keep that in mind. So as we're going through this, there's going to be tons of different oils, about 10 per category, but just think about which ones stand out to you most, which ones you maybe already have in your home or your household, and then figure out different ones to, different ways that those ones can support you. And of course, you can always reach out. I'm here to support you guys. So there are about 12, I think I put here for energy, 10 for focus, and 8 for different supplements, all from doTERRA. That's the company that I use and love for many different reasons, but you can ask me if you're wondering why. So let's focus on the energy ones. All right. Again, for my current customers, this slideshow will be available for you guys as well as all the other stuff, but I just wanted to walk through it because it's the easiest way to explain all this, right? When I don't have the oils with me. If I had the oils with me right by my hand, I would just like pulled one up and show you, but I was like, let me just go through the PowerPoint. It's easier in this moment. All right, so the ones I'm going to talk about today are those ones. Peppermint, wild orange. I've clumped wild orange, lemon, and lime together because I meant basically citrus oils. Lavender, frankincense, elevation, breathe, motivate, citrus bliss, passion, and purify. Some of those are single oils, and some of them are blends. So peppermint is one of the most popular and most effective ones that you can use to boost your energy and actually focus as well. But it is a cooling oil. It's an oil that has a high menthol component, which is like makes you alert. Like think about it. Like if you're in the cold, are you falling asleep? So it makes you very alert. It's not cold. It's not a cold oil, but that menthol is just, it provides that cooling effect. So diffusing that with oils like orange and the frankincense and even rosemary can really boost your energy and your focus. Putting it together in your hands and smelling it, bathing with it, even putting it in your water. When you're exercising, I love to do that. Well, I don't do that much right now. Peppermint, fun fact, could possibly reduce your milk supply in some women. So just not doing that right now. But I used to love doing it all the time before, but I still use it diffusing and topically. All right, so peppermint. If you have peppermint in your home, let me know in the chat or the comments, all right? Because peppermint is such a great one. And this is maybe a new way that you can use it. And I'm going to share 2 recipes from each of these categories towards the end. But just remember that if you become a new customer this month or you're a current wholesale customer, you have access to the I think it's like 30 plus recipes I put together. Wild orange. So the reason why orange and peppermint go so well together is that wild orange is that citruses and mints go really well. Citruses provide that boost because of the high limonene content is what you would call it, as well as then the menthol together. That's just very invigorating. And one is more sweet and one is a little bit minty. And so diffusing peppermint, I love frankincense. Again, it's kind of a grounding kind of uplifting one, focusing one as well. So diffusing peppermint orange or even putting those into various places, spraying it as an air freshener can really support you in that more of that energy. Lemon, again, is another great one. I love it to clean. It's a really good cleansing oil, but also a really good focus and energetic oil as well. And so if you only have one of the citruses, you could feel free to use that, but some people prefer different citruses based on different uses, but lemon and lime are also great ones, again, to lift your mood, boost your energy, and of course, increase your focus. And a lot of the oils I've mentioned so far from doTERRA, you can also use for internal uses, dropping a couple drops in your water or in your tea. And there's different ways based on the bottle that I could support you around knowing which ones are internal, which ones not. But you can also use them aromatically, topically, and internally. Lavender. So you're like, energy, lavender. Well, again, if you get yourself some sleep and really relax that body, relax that mind, I'm telling you, that will boost your energy. So last night, I got a little bit extra sleep in the morning, and my husband took baby shift. So I got a little bit more sleep, even though I did wake up when she woke up. And I was diffusing lavender, copaiba, and Roman chamomile. And I just felt like I had a lot more energy today, and because I slept well. And so this helps me sleep well. And again, you can use these oils in way more than just diffusing. That's just the typical way people use it. And it's easy. I diffuse oils all throughout the day because it's easy. I have a diffuser right here, right? But you can roll them on and you can take them internally for certain ones. But here are some other practical uses. Rosemary. Rosemary is actually one that is focus and energy because it really helps with fatigue. It helps with memory. It can help with memory recall. It's great for that conducive atmosphere for studying, relieving nervous tension. Then, of course, it supports healthy digestion and respiratory function as well. So this is in the On Guard protective blend as well as in a couple different things. Frankincense is known as the king of oils. Again, a lot of these oils, so if you've been to classes with me before, a lot of these oils I keep repeating. And the reason why is because I'm showing you that they can be used in multiple ways. They can be used for energy and focus. They could be used for concentration. They could be used for prayer. They could be used for emotional health. And so a lot of even the basic starter kits that I'm going to mention in the beginning, mention at the end, have a lot of these. And so I try to tell people, if you get some of these starter kits, and even if you just use those and replenish those, same 10, I'm telling you, you're going to get so much health benefits from that. But frankincense is really good for cellular health and DNA protection and skin health. And so, at the end of the day, our neurons, our cells, all this is working. And frankincense is one that can support our body's natural process in regards to those things. So it's one that helps you just feel calm, present. I think it's one known as the oil of truth, just really helping you feel centered. So Breathe is known as the respiratory blend. It has a blend of laurel leaf, peppermint, eucalyptus, tea tree or melaleuca, lemon, ravintsar, and cardamom. And so you might be, why are you including Breathe for energy? Well, sometimes not being able to take proper breaths in and out can leave you fatigued, can leave you feeling just, and so that's why, so many people are coming back to this idea of like, when we start to really just practice breaths, we're calm, we're centered, and we're fueling our body and our systems and every part of our organs with the breath it needs. Breath is life. And so if you want more energy, you want more life and vitality, you need to learn to practice breathing. And so this beautiful blend can be used before exercise, after, if you're feeling a lot of seasonal changes as spring comes, using it with a calming oil at night. And so it's just a great one to just allow and practice that breath. Elevation is the oil of joy. It is a beautiful uplifting blend. It's formulated to let go of lower energy vibrations and transform our mood into that joy, abundance, faith, hope, peace, and light. So it is a blend of lavender, ylang ylang, melissa, osmanthus, tangerine, elemi, lemon myrtle, and it just promotes feelings of self-worth while lessening feelings of tension, that energy and positive attitude, which a bad attitude or feeling down about things really does lower your energy. Okay, so even shifting your emotional health, which oils can help you do, can be a really big change for that energy shift. Passion is the inspiring blend, and this one, it comes in the doTERRA as an emotional aromatherapy collection, and this is one of the 6. And I just love this blend. It sparks creativity. It helps you feel enthusiastic, counteracts negative feelings of boredom and disinterest. It's a blend of the spices, and is it the blend of the spices and the flowers or the grass? It's a blend of 2 different types of earthly plants, but the spices are definitely there: the cardamom, the cinnamon, the ginger, the clove, and it's created with fractionated coconut oil to reduce the effect of the sensitization on the skin. So I love using this one if I just need a boast of clarity and inspiration and energy. Citrus Bliss. If you love citrus and vanilla, this is your jam. It's like some of all of doTERRA's citrus oils together with the sweet aroma of vanilla. So it is sweet, it's uplifting, it's an invigorating blend. You can add it to your laundry, do a hand massage as your perfume, or diffuse it. So it is such a beautiful blend to really bring in the sweet and the citrusy together. Motivate is one of those other ones, emotional aromatherapy line. That is a blend of, again, the mints and the citruses. So, I talked about peppermint and wild orange in the beginning. Well, if you just like, you already want it blended, get the Motivate. It's the encouraging blend. If you need confidence, encouragement, whether you or your kids, just to find that courage again, and that boost of energy. Love, love, love this oil. This is the last one for the energy ones, Purify. So Purify is actually called the cleansing blend. And the reason why this is included, I think, is because sometimes you need to cleanse the air. Like what's in the air can sometimes, different toxins and all that could be actually weighing your body down, by the way. That's why also we want to do things more naturally. And I'm going to talk about a new collection doTERRA's come out with, which I have a class in 2 weeks about, the Aroma Essentials collection, because what we smell, it impacts everything. What goes in and on our body really impacts us. Okay. So cleansing the air, and also it's one that cleanses those negative emotions as well. So I love to clean with this oil. I love to diffuse it when you burn something. But so I just love to give that cleansing environment as well. So if you're on live or watching the replay, you can just say, what was your favorite oil? I mentioned a bunch of different ones. I mentioned Motivate, Passion, Elevation. Mentioned Peppermint, Frankincense, Wild Orange, Rosemary, Lemon, Lime, Citrus Bliss, and a couple other ones. Purify. That's 11 of 12. I think I did good. And so just let me know if any of those sparked your interest, or you're interested or curious about how to use any of those. Okay, we're moving on. And again, if you're on the Zoom, feel free to use the chat. That is a space for you to ask me questions. So let's talk about focus. And the reason why I separated it is because even though having more energy may give you focus, I think it's different. I think some people may feel like they have a lot of energy, but they can't be focused. And again, I think energy has to do with your mind, but energy has to do a lot with your cells and your cells' mitochondria and its natural energy. But I do think the focus in the brain has to do with those neurons and stuff, right? So we're going to talk about some calming oils and maybe some oils that can kind of help you center and focus. So the top, I think this is 12. I don't know. Roman chamomile, vetiver, lavender, clary sage, cedarwood, serenity, or the restful blend. In tune, the focus blend. Motivate, the encourage blend. Balance, the grounding blend. And thinker, the focus blend for kids, as well as adaptive, the calming blend. So vetiver. Okay, I don't think I did these ones in order, but vetiver is actually a very rooting oil. It is actually a grass root that it grows down, which allows it to have more stability. But because of that, it's what we would call a base note oil. If you're in my oils group, current customers, I did that blending class back in February and talked about top, middle, base note oils. And that base note oil, the more of the sesquiterpenes, kind of hangs around a little bit longer because it's thicker. And so this is just one that also can just really help with calming your emotions and centering you. So using this on the bottom of your feet, using it in a bath, putting in the diffuser can really just help calm and center you. Speaking of this, I have to write this down. I forgot I'm actually out of Vetiver. I got to make a list. I do a monthly order to get all the points and the goodies and free oils, and I always have to remember which ones do I need. Balance. Balance is the grounding blend. This is a blend of spruce, whole wood, frankincense, and blue tansy. And this is a beautiful one if you're just feeling unstable, rushed, or just really feel like you need to connect with yourself or with your thoughts. Putting it on the bottom of your feet, beginning of the day, throughout the day, end of the day, diffusing it on car rides to create a soothing environment, or just, again, to center yourself. And a lot of these oils, again, can do a lot of things, but it's fine. Sometimes it's finding the one that you really love and works for you. Clary Sage is actually a really great oil. It's an oil that I typically recommend often for women and menstrual concerns or hormonal concerns. Clary Calm is actually the blend that's amazing, but this one can also help with that, you know, especially that time of month, ladies, maybe that you're feeling a little bit uncentered and lack of focus. Clary Sage and Roman Chamomile can be really great for a stress relieving bath, adding it to your share or shampoo, and even massaging it on your skin. Roman Chamomile is one of my favorites. I use this with my daughter almost nightly. I put lavender, Roman Chamomile, and sometimes one other oil in her diffuser. And one drop goes a long, long way. It's very powerful. And so just to calm her excitability, because she's such a extrovert. But even for me, I just love using this. It's sweet and it's just centering. So if you love Roman Chamomile, you're going to really love this oil. And you can use it at night, in your tea drinks, or even in your moisturizers and shampoo and conditioner. Oh, Balance. Did that double time. Adaptive is one of the newer blends. It came about 2 years ago. It's not the digestion blend. My thing is wrong here. It's called the calming blend. It's a blend of orange, lavender, copaiba, spearmint, magnolia, rosemary, and neroli. So a lot of those ones that are good for energy and focus. There's a whole adaptive system, even with an app. Like there's the oil, there's the roller, and there's the supplements. But the oil is just so great to use for multiple uses, for a massage, in your bath, when you just need to feel calm and centered. You know, my sister is going to university here and she's staying with us for the semester. And one day, I know she had a lot of studying. I was like, do you want me to diffuse some oils? Want me to diffuse some adaptive? So yeah, so I think this is just such a great one to have in your arsenal. In Tune is the oil of presence. This is the focus blend. It is a roller and it has frankincense, lime, Roman chamomile, patchouli, ylang ylang, sandalwood, and just amazingness. So a lot of these oils we talked about. So rolling it on the back of your neck, your wrist, your hands. This is why I love teaching classes, FYI, because I remember, man, I have all these oils, and I'm like, oh, you can only use so much in a day, but I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep this one at my desk. I like to keep these in places where I regularly use them. Yeah, and just a great one to use on diffuser jewelry to just have that focus and energy throughout the day. Balance just keeps coming back. Someone needs balance. For some reason, I have 3 slides with balance here. Oh no, it cut out some of the other oils. That's why. Wait, let me see. Oil of grounding. Yep. My bad, friends. Let me go back to this overall list. The thinker for the focus blend for kids, it is a roller bottle that includes a bunch of it's less oils. I think it's about 4 different oils, and it's a lighter, so it's easy for you and your kids to roll on. Motivate I already talked about. Okay, so it was just the thinker one that we're missing here in Serenity and Cedarwood. Let me make sure I write that down. I'll update the slides. Cedarwood, Serenity, and kids. But Serenity is actually my favorite sleep oil. I have the roller here, which typically is only available for promotions. I typically diffuse it. And it's the restful blend. So it's a blend of like all the calming oils, and it's great to just roll on at night or throughout the day when you just feel like you really need some rest. And cedarwood is a wood oil. A lot of the wood oils are very centering and calming. And so you'll see a lot of the different wood oils to use for some of these different recipes. Sorry about that. So let's talk about, if you're listening or watching a replay, any of those that stood out to you, let me know. Would love to see which one you're like, I want to try this. I'm going to breeze through a little bit some of the supplements, but the supplements are where it's at, because the Lifelong Vitality Pack that I'll talk about now is doTERRA's most purchased product, because it is so instrumental for so many health things that we long for. But then I'll go forward and talk about a few other ones. I'll talk about DDR Prime, Mito 2 Max, Children's Chewables, Bone and Nutrient Complex. I won't talk about that one too much, but then the digestive enzymes and probiotics. So the Lifelong Vitality Pack, this is the benefits. Energy metabolism, bone health, immune function, stress management, cardiovascular health, antioxidant and DNA protection, eye, brain, and nervous system. It's gentle on the stomach, lung and respiratory health, and overall great for general wellness and vitality. There's 3 parts to it. There's alpha CRS, which is the cellular vitality complex. Remember, I was talking about your cells have energy. And when our cells are getting the mitochondria, is what it's called, the energy it needs, it's able to function well. But also when our cells are getting destroyed or attacked by these things called free radicals in our body that just enter in through different processes in our body or through the environment, it could break down our cells and our DNA. And so the alpha CRS helps protect that cellular immune function, helps metabolize that cellular energy we need, helps give you mental clarity and brain activity, and reduces that oxidative response. The Microplex is your multivitamin, basically. It's your food and nutrient complex made with bioavailable minerals and vitamins that are deficient in modern day diets. So actually, if you're in the US and you purchase, you probably get one that they've custom made for people in the US who are typically deficient with certain micronutrients. But if you're in Asia, because they have, Singapore and all those places, doTERRA there, you'll get customized pack there, right? So it's really designed to give you the micro vitamins you need, micronutrients, vitamin A, C, E, B vitamins, magnesium, those minerals, zinc, calcium. And it has over 22 essential vitamins and minerals that you need for normal growth, functioning, and maintenance of cells. And it's a powerhouse of greens and fruits, broccoli, kale, Brussels sprouts. I mean, there's all kind of greens and fruits in there. So it's coming from whole food natural resources, okay? Omega-3s, our body needs omega-3s for healthy skin, joint, cardiovascular, brain, and immune function. This omega-3 capsule also includes some essential oils to help with those things. So frankincense, clove, thyme, peppermint, chamomile, wild orange, caraway. So you're kind of getting some of those oils even in here. And there's even there's a non-marine source, and then there's a plant source if you're like, you don't want any of that fish and stuff. Digestive enzymes are so great. Let me tell you why they're important. They're important because they also help with that energy, helps your body. It takes energy to break down food in your body. And sometimes you're lacking the enzymes you need. And so it produces healthy digestive, as well as allows your body to produce healthy metabolic enzymes. And it uses whole food sources. Oops. Oh my goodness, this little thing here. Probiotics. Why this thing is repeating some slides. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm sorry. Probiotics, we need good bacteria in our guts. That healthy balance of microflora balance helps maintain the health of our GI tract, allows our metabolism to work well, because guess what? When you eat food, it's energy. And if your body can metabolize it or store it or digest it well, you have better energy. So really supporting your digestion is very key. Kids, there's also vitamins in kids, safe for children 4 years of older. It's a great watermelon flavor. There's no high fructose corn syrup or anything like that. So there's a chewable vitamin and also an omega-3. DDR Prime is, again, the cellular complex that does a little bit, it adds a little bit more work than adds like that alpha CRS stuff. It has frankincense, orange, a lot of that blend that alpha CRS has of the oils, but it's designed to further promote healthy cellular health. Mito 2 Max is known as the energy and stamina complex. This again helps that mitochondrial function, that natural cellular energy to really support your aerobic capacity, your stamina without the harmful stimulants. So ATP is that production of energy in the mitochondria of the cell. Sorry, I think ATP is actual energy in the mitochondria. I don't know. Two of them are kind of energetic. Improves mental energy, stamina, and allows your body to just improve those natural functions. So here, okay, that is the supplement. So feel free to let me know if you're curious about any of those. Any of those seem like ones you want to try. We talked about the lifelong vitality pack, probiotics, digestive enzymes, Mito 2 Max, and then the kids vitamins, and the DDR Prime complex. Here's just a sample of the, I think it's 30 plus, I think it might be more than that, recipes I'm putting together for current and new customers around energy and focus. The two top ones are for energy, the bottom two are for focus. So the first one is Energy Boost, and it's 6 drops of what we call the metabolic blend, which is Slim and Sassy, 3 drops of peppermint, and 3 drops of wild orange. And you can take that one internally in a capsule if you would like. The Invigorating Blast is one of my favorite blends. 1 drop of frankincense, 1 drop of peppermint, and 2 drops of wild orange. So you can inhale that from a cupped hand or the back of your neck. Now focus, fidget fixer, you know, just fidgeting. I can't focus. I want to do this. I want to do that. Cedarwood, 3 drops of cedarwood, 6 drops of balance or the grounding blend, 2 drops of frankincense, and 2 drops of lavender. You combine it in a roller bottle. There's empty ones that you can get. Combine it with FCO or fractionated coconut oil, and then rub it on your ears, your forehead, the back of your neck, your spine, and the bottoms of your feet. Motivation Power is for focus as well, and that includes basil, grapefruit, bergamot, sandalwood, and rosemary. And you can 3 drops of basil, 3 drops of grapefruit, 2 drops of bergamot, 2 drops of sandalwood, and 1 drop of rosemary. And you can combine those oils and diffuse it. All right, so that's just a sample of different recipes that you can use for energy and focus. So I would love to hear from you if you're watching the replay or you're watching, live. Let me know which ones really stood out to you, which ones you're like, I think I want to try this. Maybe you don't remember a name. Feel free to let me know, and we can kind of go from there. All right. Okay, so if you have not gotten started with essential oils, this is your hour. This is your day. This is your month. This is your week, because I have some couple really cool opportunities for you to get additional resources. But listen, this class here is actually what I do regularly on an individual one-on-one level, but also group level for my wholesale customers, because I really am about women and men, but women typically are the ones I work with, using these in their everyday life. And so sometimes you just need a refresher on how to use the oils you have, or ones that can support you in your certain needs. So when you get a wholesale account underneath my team, you get 25% off on all products anytime you order for that year. You get one-on-one mentorship from me or someone on my team, private Facebook group support, continuing education classes, an archive of all my trainings and resources over the last 5 years. And if you're ever interested in sharing oils with others and having that as like a side business or becoming your full-time thing, it's just such a great way to help people in their health to do that. But the best way to get started is a kit. So there are 5 starter kits that I recommend, and I actually think the top 3 are the ones that I really recommend. And the new one is the Aroma Essential Oils collection, which I'm doing a class on, I think, in 2 weeks. The Healthy Start Kit, which comes with 10 different oils and a diffuser in the 5 milliliter bottles. And then the Aroma Essentials Kit is about $10 less, and it comes with 10 oils, some of the same, some different, and a different diffuser. And then the Healthy Essentials Kit is the 15 milliliter bottle. So 5 milliliter has about 90 to 100 drops, and then the 15 has about 250. All with different diffusers, but it's really just about where you want to get started. But those are my favorite 3. But if you are listening and you're thinking, I really want to get that lifelong vitality pack and those supplements, the Healthy Habits Kit, the best one to get started with, because that comes with the lifelong vitality pack, Deep Blue, which is my favorite one for muscles and joints, the rub, comes with the digestive enzymes, comes with probiotics, and it comes with 5 different oils: lavender, lemon, On Guard, the protective blend or immune boosting blend, balance, and frankincense. So that's also a really great kit for energy and focus. If you want the oils plus the supplements together, I suggest the Healthy Habits Kit. All right. And so some people like to get started with just oils, but I think the Healthy Habits Kit really can have all of it. And then the Healthy Home Kit is the 5th one that has some of the other wellness products like the On Guard hand wash, On Guard cleaning solution, shampoo and conditioner, oils and diffuser, and some hand sanitizer. All of these are great kits to get started with, really affordable. These are in the US prices. And when you buy one of these starter kits, you get your wholesale account for free, right? And so I definitely, even if you are a current customer, you can still buy these kits through your own wholesale account, and it's still the best way to purchase. That's just definitely reach out if you're interested in one of those kits. But before you go, every single month doTERRA has special promotions. So I just like to let people know what they are in case they want to add that to their order or know about future things. So then there's a new kit called the Aroma Essential Oils Collection. And I'm going to be doing a class on that in 2 weeks because I think it's a perfect one that they've created to kind of spring clean your air. Like a lot of women, we have different things in our house to make our house smell nice, to get rid of odors, promote calmness, promote energy. And the Aroma Essentials Collection is a beautiful one that you can get in your home. And I'm going to do a class specifically on that and some other things, but it's definitely one that if you're interested in getting started now versus waiting 2.5 weeks, you can let me know. There's also new wellness programs. So this makes 5 wellness programs. And what this is that once you get your own wholesale account and you really want to go down a certain track. So say, you identify nutrition as an area. Well, they don't have one in that yet, but immunity, immune system, relief, like pain relief, tension, or you identify that mind and mood, your emotions and your mental health. Or maybe you identify these 2 new kits. The 3 that I mentioned are the old new wellness ones, and they added 2 other ones, respiratory health and sleep. So what will happen is that you purchase these and you'll get a certain set of products 1 month, then a second set on the 2nd month, and then a 3rd set on the 3rd month on the loyalty rewards program. And you're also getting free points back, by the way. And so that's just a way to make it easy for you if you have a certain main goal you want to work on. These wellness programs are amazing. And I'm going to be doing a class on each of these wellness programs as well this month. I'm doing a class every Tuesday night at 8. Neroli, which is also a great oil for skin health, calming the mind as well, is 10% off this month. And then lime, if you're a current customer, you can get lime for free when you purchase on the loyalty rewards program over 125 points by the 15th. And so let me tell you about the loyalty rewards program. That's coming up. The loyalty rewards program on Untitled is basically the best way to purchase oils. You're going to get free points back every time you purchase. So just stay tuned to the very end. But my special offer, whether you're a current customer on my team already, or you want to become one, if you get one of the starter kits or purchase your loyalty rewards order of at least 125 points by the 15th or by the end of the month, you will be entered into a raffle I'm doing this month for an essential oils toolkit. And this toolkit contains 4 of my favorite items to help me use essential oils in my daily life. One is the Essential Oil Basics book. I'm holding up the big one here, but it's the one that you can put in your purse, and it's just a go-to resource if you want to know a particular condition or thing you're feeling, what top 5 oils can do that. If you want to learn about each individual oil, if you want to learn by category, like I did a lot of this class by looking at the energy and focus and one in here, and some of the recipes. And so that will be in the toolkit. The 8 vial keychain. This is basically like a keychain that you can put your favorite oils in there. So whenever you're on the go, you have them with you. I have always had this since I got started. It's amazing. The veggie caps. So say if you want to take oils internally, but you don't want to taste it and all that, you can put the oils in these veggie caps, and that will be a great way to get the internal benefits. And then I'm going to give you a set of roller bottles so you can make your own rollers and really do some of the recipes that you'll get for this bonus ebook. So that's 4 different items. The Essential Oils Basic Book, which I call the Essential Oils Bible sometimes. The 8 vial keychain so you can carry around your essential oils, the veggie caps, and the roller bottles. So if you're a current customer and you purchase of at least 125 points by the end of the month on the loyalty rewards program, or you buy one of these kits that I talked about, you'll enter in the raffle. Okay. And then again, as a bonus, I am nearly done putting together this essential oils recipes for more energy and focus ebook, where you'll get recipes, tons of recipes, but also just know that you'll get access to the replay of this training and the PowerPoint slides for future uses if you want to, really start to incorporate this. So going forward, if you are a current customer, even if you're new and you're thinking, I really want to get started, but how do I make this a lifestyle? Because you don't just buy products one and done. You want to use them, but then you also introduce yourself to other ones. It's the loyalty rewards program. I call this my monthly wellness box, where every month, if you purchase, no matter how much you purchase, but you purchase on the loyalty rewards program, you're going to at least get 10% back. But when you purchase a certain amount every month, the 50 points every month, you're going to go up in percentage. So you're eventually going to get 30% back. And then again, if you purchase 125 points on the loyalty rewards program by the middle of the month, the 15th, you get a free product. And what this basically does is not only are you getting the oils 25% every time you purchase, but you're getting free points back and you're shipping back, so you can use on oils later. I am always needing to replenish my oils. I give, sometimes I give samples, or I'm just using a lot, and they're ones I run out of. So sometimes I'm not always buying them, I'm using my points. So this is just the best way to go forward and incorporate them into your life. And I am definitely down to help you out and figure out what should be in your monthly wellness box each month. So next steps. One, if you're on the live or watching the replay, you can go to these links, but also just drop me your email or personal message me so that we can kind of get on the phone, or I can send you details and just help you get clear on what's best for you and to get started. So I love just chatting with people, helping them figure out what's best for them versus like one size fits all. And so these are the links here to kind of purchase this kit. So you can go to madewell345.com/healthy start kit or /aroma essentials kit or /healthy habits kit or /healthy essentials kit or /healthy home kit to go ahead and just get started with those kits. And then of course, if you let me know that you got those, and if you're a current customer and you order 125 by the end of the month on the loyalty rewards program, you'll enter it into the raffle. All right. So if you have any questions, again, feel free to personal message me on my Facebook page, me personally, Facebook or Instagram, or even email me at madewell@gmail.com, so we can chat before this offer expires. But also, you can just check out the links here. I might put this on my podcast as a bonus episode. You can get the show notes, the links there as well. So that's it for me. I'm going to leave it open for any questions for anyone that's on. I am going to stop the recording just in case people do have questions and want to keep it private.